China is engaged in a whole-of-state effort to become the world's only superpower.
It was scary how persistent they were and how they did not care that they could be caught at any time.
I will show you what I have after you show me the This is the formula for the glass. This is secret, it's confidential. You understand that, right?
Pittsburgh Corning Corporation's flagship facility is situated in Sedalia, Missouri, a small city in the heartland of America. It's a facility that operates 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
Our manufacturing facility is 2 hours away from the closest major U.S. city, so you'd think you're safe there. And you would think that nothing was going to happen there, especially from people from out of the country. How would they even find us out there? But they did.
The company manufactures cellular glass insulation under the trademark Foamglas and recently made significant breakthroughs in their formulation. A few months after announcing they'd been opening in China, they discovered some uninvited visitors in their facility.
They just walked in. So when we confronted them, we dismissed them out of the plant and we dismissed it to a trespassing violation. So we were definitely going to follow up with local law enforcement on a trespassing violation. But we also had a security consultant at the time. He said, call the FBI.
We started our investigation on a complaint call from the United States company that complained that they had 2 Asian trespassers that came into their factory. They had toured the factory and filmed the location for an undetermined amount of time. We went to their location, investigated, found out the identities of the 2 trespassers, and then found out that it looked like they could be involved in the industry that this U.S. company is in.
As the FBI investigated, it unfolded more clearly. We had contact from the same gentleman at our corporate headquarters. He actually called and said he was interested in investing in the company. He wanted to come and get a tour.
The tour is rejected, but a few weeks later, an ad is published in a local newspaper looking for a U.S. engineer with specific formulary knowledge to go to China and start up a new business.
From that ad, we decided to conduct an undercover operation. Once we got into the details about the extent of the engineering knowledge that our undercover employee would need to have, it just made more sense for us to borrow a U.S. company employee that already had that knowledge. And we could instruct them and assist them with the undercover operation.
That was probably the part that concerned me the most because it was dealing directly with the safety of one of our coworkers. And in this situation, we did have an employee who was willing to do it. Through the work with the FBI, the coaching was there, all of the specifics were put forward to allay those fears.
We started an email exchange in response to that newspaper classified ad. Right off the bat, once we submitted the resume of the employee, they were very interested. As a matter of fact, they were not questioning any of his credentials. Li wanted to hire him and have him come back to China to tour their potential plant within a matter of weeks. We needed to slow them down to sort of discuss how this would play out, and also meet with the company to explain exactly what the potential operation could be. The idea was that we would lure them over here to exchange money for this company's proprietary and trade secret information. So we arranged for the following week that Li Huang was going to have other business here in the United States, and he agreed to come and meet this employee.
Li Huang is the CEO of Ningbo Oriental Crafts Limited, with 200 factory workers to manufacture promotions products for exports to the US and Europe. A few weeks later, he's at a Kansas City restaurant with his translator named Chi.
So we set it up to where they met at a restaurant. We mic'd the employee up. We instructed him and gave him certain clues. We had certain words. Right off the bat at that restaurant, they were very interested in the information he had to provide. They were very happy to pay $100,000 and wanted the exchange to happen right away.
The undercover employee agrees, but says he'll have to return to the facility in order to get everything Huang has requested. They agree to meet the next morning and exchange the trade secret information for the cash.
Come in.
Oh, this room is nice.
I was trying to rest. Oh, go ahead and sit there.
About last long night.
Let's put this down here. We're gonna need light here in a minute.
Yeah.
So how was your evening?
Yeah, very nice.
Very tired.
Very tired.
Very tired. Long night. I was able to get everything that was on the list. Everything. I have 2 discs.
The employee needs to confirm that the men are fully aware that what they're doing is illegal.
Lot of security. Yeah, again, you know, I could get in a lot of trouble, but I think we'll be okay from what I did last night. You guys got something for me this morning?
Yeah. So you will show us
I will show you what I have after you show me the money.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the door is security?
Yes. Don't worry about the door.
In reality, the FBI are just outside the door waiting on a signal to come in and make the bust.
Whoa. This. Now, understand, this is the formula for the glass. This is secret, it's confidential, and you understand that, right? So when you hide this in your luggage, you need to make sure that nobody can see. But this talks about how much, this is the secret right here. How much of these we put in.
Guys, stand up. FBI, you're under arrest. Stand up. Stand up. Turn around. Stand up. Turn around. Turn around here. Stay right there. Put your hands behind you.
45-year-old CEO Li Huang and his 31-year-old employee, Zhao Guangqi, plead guilty to conspiracy to steal trade secrets for the purpose of opening a plant in China to compete with Pittsburgh Corning.
This U.S. company is considered an industry leader in the material that they make. It took them 20 plus years to develop that specific trade secret information. If they were able to reproduce that product in China and reship to the United States, the company estimates within 3 to 5 years that they could potentially lose jobs and be out of business.
It was scary how persistent they were and how they did not care that they could be caught at any time. Obviously, these people walked into our facility, and yes, we saw them there and we questioned them, and the story had a happy ending. But any other time, it could have been missed and could have been too late. I'm here to tell you that the attack is imminent, and it is aggressive, and it's relentless.
We've now reached the point where the FBI is opening a new China-related counterintelligence case about every 10 hours. China is engaged in a whole-of-state effort to become the world's only superpower.
So right now, the estimate from the FBI and the China Economic Council is approximately $400 billion to $600 billion a year is being stolen by the Communist Party of China. Just from what we know, prosecuted. Just from the Communist Party of China, just from the theft of trade secrets and intellectual property. $400 to $600 billion a year. So what does that mean for you and I? That's about $4,000 for each of us after taxes.